here at the 19th Annual Salute to Excellence Awards presented by the Fritz Pollard Alliance with a face and name football fans know very well, Hall of Famer Mel Blount. Mel, first off, why is this event so important each year to celebrate diversity in sports?
Well, I think it's important because of what Fritz Pollard represents, and where we are today. And so anytime I have the opportunity to come and be a part of such a great event, I want to make sure I'm here.
Yeah. And, at a time when we're talking a lot about diversity, equity, and inclusion in the news, but specifically here in football, we're celebrating right now all the black head coaches that were hired. But I think we know we still have a ways to go in terms of getting African Americans in leadership positions. What can the NFL do to help black people get leadership positions in the NFL?
Well, it's interesting that we're celebrating Black History Month.
Yeah. And
as a former NFL player and as someone who worked in the league office and who is a Hall of Famer, I think we still have so many obstacles to overcome. We need African Americans in leadership positions and positions where they can make decisions. We need even ownership positions. So we have a long way to go, but I think what we're trying to do here today is recognize what Fritz Pollard did in the time in which he did and what he was able to accomplish, which tells us if he was able to make those kind of strides back in those days, what we should be doing and where we should be today. So we have a long way to go, we have a lot of work to do, but I think we have the right people in place. I really think our commissioner is in favor of equity and inclusion, but we got to make sure that we have more ownership.
Right.
That's where it starts, with the owners. And as you know, out of 32 teams, we have 32 white owners.
Yeah.
Even though you have some small ownership as minorities, but we're not making those decisions. So we got to be at the table where the decisions are made, and we have to be part of the conversation.
I can say I'm supporting the black quarterback, right? Because most of the time now they're on both sides of the ball. That's carried over from college. How do you see that impacting the NFL?
Listen, it's got to be helpful to the progress. I mean, I think nowadays people aren't saying that's a black quarterback. They're saying that's a great quarterback. They're saying that's a quarterback who knows how to lead his team. And I think when that happens at the lower levels, whether it's college, high school, that's just going to produce even more great athletes at that position and great leaders at that position. So it's only got to benefit us.
Back at the start of the 19th Annual Salute to Excellence Awards with a face and name we know very well in Washington, D.C., none other than Doug Williams. Doug, I know this is an event that you are a part of each and every year, but for the young people, what would you like them to know about the history of Fritz Pollard?
Well, first of all, when you think about the name of it, Fritz Pollard, you're talking about one of the first black quarterbacks to play in the National Football League, any professional football league, and coach.
Right.
A guy that, early on, and with all the things that he had to deal with, he found a way to make through. And that's why we are honoring everybody today. The Fritz Pollard Alliance, a guy that don't need no introduction because of what he did,
right.
And I think we all got to look at it from that standpoint.
Yeah, and today, Doug, we look at all the black quarterbacks in the league. Do you think he'd be proud today seeing how it's advanced and progressed?
Well, you know what? If he was living today, I'm sure he'd be really proud of what has transpired. The 2023 season began with 14 starting quarterbacks in the league, and I thought that was great. And you look at what's coming down the pipe. This year we're going to have anywhere from 2 to 3 more young guys coming here and getting an opportunity to play in this league. And what's going to transpire over the next 5 to 10 years. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think it's so exciting. You talked about the NFL draft, right? And everyone's talking about Caleb Williams in our neck of the wood and Jaden Daniels. But, the guys right now, that are playing in the National Football League, Lamar Jackson, who had a lot of talk before a Super Bowl, of course, many wanting him to come here. How do you hope the narrative of black quarterbacks hopefully changes in a way where Lamar Jackson or someone like that can be accepted by all?
Well, the number one thing, I tell people all the time, I'll be glad when we get to the time when we got a black quarterback playing in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl, that they don't have to call me or James Harris to talk about black quarterback.
Yeah.
You just call anybody and talk about the quarterback of the team that he's playing on. I think when we get to that point, I think we've made it all the way to where we should be.